For several thousand years, man has been wrapping fabric around his head to keep little bits of stuff from going in his lungs and essentially killing him. And this has kind of evolved over time. Recently, in the fashion trends, people are really into shamogs, which is great if you lived 200,000 years ago. But unfortunately, technology, it kind of left the shamog behind, and now we're able to move forwards in a bright new future. But people don't want to, adopt the new technology. They want to go with the old stuff because it's fashion, right? And we don't like fashion. We like function over form. And that's why I picked up this handy dandy little. This is super cool. Now you think they go, Sean, why are you looking at me with a piece of fabric? It's called a buff rag. And I guess they patented it or whatever, but I mean, you can do anything with these things. Now, first of all, it has instant badass appeal because the minute you put it around your neck, over top of your hat, because you got to leave your hat on, boom, you're in the SAS, just like that. Instantly badass. Now beyond that, of course, if you're out there and you actually are worried about particulates, you can breathe through the bad boy, which is pretty sweet, up over top. Able to keep talking, no problem, no one would look at you funny on the street or nothing. It's very, very good. And if you get it wet and keep it around your neck at like Burning Man or whatever, it's gonna keep you cool. I am the biggest fan of this particular item in the world. When you buy them, they give you this little cardboard cutout. They show you all the different ways you can wear it, but there's stuff online too and stuff. You bring it up, over top, you can ninja right out with it. I mean, you can do anything with these things. I love them. I think they're fantastic and they're cheap, which is, the key. You gotta have it cheap. So you're out in an environment like this, you're gonna wanna make sure you keep your body temperature down because it'll sneak up on you. It'll sneak up on you. It provides a little bit of added protection on your neck, on your face. Buff rags, very WOG invention and good to keep up with. Quite often, you don't ever get to give credit where credit is due. See, there was this guy who brought a knife to the Western world, and his name was Steve Tarani. Steve Tranny came up, he didn't actually found the idea of the crambit, and that name's been patented and trademarked and everything. So you're not allowed to call them crambits anymore, but it's a small curved knife that's used by, I think it was Polynesians and Indonesians, but it's hard to say because all these people are different indigenous types and they don't have trademark in tribes. So what they do is they just, they have a good idea and they share it, which is how, people get smarter and evolve as groups and stuff. So Steve came back and I think there was some copyright issues that got involved, but Steve Tranny was the guy who brought the curved blade knife to North America. Sort of like the same way that Bruce Lee brought martial arts to North America, and he deserves the credit for that. Steve Tranny is the guy who brought the curved blade karambit to America. Period. Full stop. There's a lot of people who say, oh, no, he doesn't own that anymore. No. The guy did a great thing by introducing the curved blade knives as a daily carry item, really, as far as knives. Now, in the folding knife world, I used to carry an Emerson Striker, but since then I've gone with exclusively curved blade knives. And this one here is a Steve Tranny knife, and it's made by 511. It's really, really affordable. It's about $80. And the beautiful thing about them is that, for one thing, well, it looks crazy. It looks like you carve people up with it, which is fun because, people ask you for the knife to open the bag of chips. You hand them this thing and they're like, oh my God, what is that thing? For actual use, it's probably single-handedly the greatest useful work knife I've ever used in my life, period, full stop. It's better than any straight blade. You have an awesome point on it. You're able to utilize it. When you hold it in an ice pick grip, it turns kind of nasty. But when you hold it in the normal grip up here, it's actually extremely useful for cutting rope. It's like a giant serration, and the best part is, it's like a 3-inch blade. Who could possibly be afraid of a 3-inch blade? It's small, super portable, has this awesome big ring on the end, and there's several different variations. Spyderco makes one, I think Emerson makes one now, 511 makes the most affordable of the bunch, and even they make a more affordable version than the one I'm carrying now. You could tie this off, you could beaner it, you could hook it on your gear. It's right there, it's ready to go, multiple mounting options, strip and assemble the whole knife, which don't buy any folder anywhere unless you can totally disassemble and reassemble the knife, because you have to clean it, especially if you're surrounded by this crap, which I promise you will get into all the working gears of every single piece of metal kit you own. So I'm here to tell you, if you're looking for a carry option and you're just not feeling the love from the straight blades, thank you, Steve Tarani. Thank you for introducing us to the karambit. The debate rages between the floppy hat and the ball cap. So let's just put that to bed right now. The ball cap is not here for sun protection. The floppy hat is here for sun protection. The ball cap is here to keep the sun out of your eyes for when you're catching the ball. Hence, ball cap. It is not providing any protection on the side of your head, the back of your neck, nothing. If you're going with the floppy hat actually gives you protection over your entire head, your neck, your ears, sides of your face, your nose, the whole deal. It protects you from the sun, which is the source of all power and life in the universe. So it's really, really strong and will burn you and will kill you if you stay in it long enough. So if you're going to be out in an environment where you're in the wilderness, you use a floppy hat. Undoubtedly, it could be argued that it does not look as cool as the ball cap. However, what's the motto? That's right, function over form. And if you want to go one step further, get yourself the boonie, run the wire out of it, see previous episodes, and use a chin strap, because otherwise the wind will take it. And when the wind starts taking stuff, well, that's no good for anyone. They don't rent fucking Sandrails in Oregon anymore. It's all ATVs. Which I'm sorry, I mean, ATVs are cool and everything, but they're like four-wheel motorbikes. There's no roll cage. There's no safety involved with that. You got these ATVs tearing ass everywhere, and you could buy a sandrail. We can't rent Sandrails in Oregon. What kind of a sick world do you live in where you can't rent a sandrail near the biggest freaking dunes in America? Like, I don't understand that. It doesn't make sense to me. There is an opportunity for wogs to make money. Apparently, nobody thinks sandrails are cool anymore. Apparently not. We'll start in Oregon. We'll move to the Middle East, because they don't got sandrails in the Middle East either. You think Iraq, Iran, they got nothing but sand over there. Buddy, ditch the camel. I have got an option for you, my friend. But no. It's not gonna work. So, unfortunately, if you're gonna come to Oregon, your choices are ATVs and ATVs.
Sucks.
Sucks.